Hello everyone, my name is Kamini Singh and this is my YouTube channel that is Facilitate to Educate, and today we are going to talk about a very basic but very important topic, that is the importance of wildlife on the occasion of Wildlife Week. So let's start. Celebrating the Wildlife Week, why is wildlife important to us and why do we need to conserve the wildlife? We'll talk about this in this video. So to start with, we'll see first that what is Wildlife Day and what is Wildlife Week and what is the difference. So Wildlife Day is also known as World Wildlife Day, and it is celebrated on 3rd of March worldwide. On the other hand, Wildlife Week is from 2nd to 8th of October and it is celebrated across India. That is, the Indian government have decided a particular week to spread the awareness about the wildlife, but the intentions of both of these are same, like the creating the awareness, telling people that wildlife is important, we need to conserve them. Why is wildlife important to us? We talk about it all this week. There are various functions across the country, and on this day all over the world where there are various organizations that conduct certain programs to create the awareness. Now whenever somebody says wildlife, what comes to your mind is maybe an lion or maybe a tiger. Some animal comes to your mind, but the literal meaning of wild is the animal or plants living or growing in a natural environment, not domesticated or cultivated. So here we are talking about both animals and plants that are growing in their natural environment, and they are not domesticated. The animals are not domesticated and the plants are not cultivated by the human beings. So whenever we are talking about the wildlife, we are talking about both animals as well as plants. Wildlife is the ecological importance. Ecology means the study of the ecosystem or the environment. So you must have seen such a picture either in your book or on YouTube or in some photograph, that is, the grass is eaten by the deer and the deer is eaten by the lion. So these are the components of the ecosystem. First is the producer, that is producing its own food in the presence of sunlight by the process of photosynthesis. Second are the herbivores, which are dependent upon the producers for their food. And last are the carnivores, which eat other animals and they are indirectly dependent upon the plants for their food. So herbivores and carnivores in combination can be called as the consumers, as they are consuming the products produced by the producers. So the ecological importance of wildlife is that there are more than one food option for the animals. If some animal is eating some other animal, it has more than one options. For example, the lion can eat the deer as well as the zebra, and there are other herbivores on which it can attack and make its food, right? Second is energy flow. When there are more than one food options, the flow of energy is quite in a good way, because if there is only one source of food, if there is only one option for food, if that extincts due to some reasons, then the whole ecosystem will get imbalanced. It is the regulation of population. So if for example there is no producer, then what will happen is the deer will not get anything or the herbivores will not get anything to eat, and ultimately they'll die. And the lion or the carnivores that are dependent upon the herbivores, they will also die, so the whole ecosystem will collapse. Second thing is that if the herbivores are not there, if the population of herbivores are extinct, then what will happen is the grass cannot be eaten by the lion. Lion doesn't eat grass, so the lions will ultimately die and the grass will grow uh, very much, right? So the ecosystem will also be collapsed because there is no herbivore, there is no carnivore, and only there is grass. Third thing is, if there is no lion or if there are no carnivores, then what will happen? The population of deer will increase and hence they will eat the grass and the grass will go extinct, right? So grass will not be there, there will be no lion and only deer will be there. And when the grass is over, once the grass is over, the deers are also not there. So if either one of them are extinct, then the whole ecosystem gets collapsed. So for the regulation of population, the diversity of the wildlife is important. Now the economic importance, that money wise, how are wildlife important to us? So first of all, we get timber, firewood, paper, gum, resins, several drugs, essential oils, spices, silk, leather from the wildlife only, right? From the maybe from the trees or from the animals. Second thing is the tourism. You must have heard about the jungle safari, or you must have visited to one, and there you are giving some money for that, and hence it goes to the government. So there is exchange of money due to the wildlife and wild animals. So these are the 2 points in the economic importance. Next importance is the investigatory importance, that we investigate on something. And what do we investigate on? That is for research purpose and studies of anatomy, physiology, ecology, and evolutionary aspects. So if we are sharing our earth with somebody, we need to know about how they are physiologically or anatomically, how they are evolutionarily related to us, and we need to know the evolutionary aspect, because we use these animals as experimental animals. Whenever there is a testing of some drugs, it is first done on the animals that are closely related to us, like the rabbits, the monkeys, the rats, and the guinea pigs. And hence, after that only the human trials begin. So for as experimental animals, we need the wildlife. Next is the cleaning of environment. For example, the scavengers and decomposers, they convert the organic matter into inorganic matter, and ultimately it mixes with the soil. So if they are not there, then what will happen is that the dead animals, dead organisms will pile up on the in the environment, and the ecosystem will get imbalanced. So the scavengers, the example of scavengers are the vultures, eagle, and the jackal, and the decomposers are the bacteria, beetle, millipedes, earthworms. There are various examples in the ecosystem, and hence we are all finding these organisms in the wild also. So we need to conserve the wildlife so that our environment is clean. Next is the improved varieties for agriculture, fishery, and animal husbandry. We always tend to have get some improved varieties, because we want high yielding variety, disease resistant variety, stress resistant variety. That is the variety that we are eating, or there is some animal which we are using, which is domesticated, and which is giving us something, like the cows are giving us milk. So we conduct the breeding program so that there is high yield, the animals are disease resistant, or the plants are disease resistant, and also stress resistant. That is, if there is increased temperature, or if there is increased moisture in the atmosphere, or maybe it is decreased, then there is no effect on those animals and the plants. Next is the plant propagation. That is the naturally how plants are growing and how they are reproducing. So for that we need animals, like the insects, they help in the pollination. Also there are some birds that help in the pollination. So wildlife is important to us for the breeding programs, because there is a large gene pool in the wild, right? There is a stored gene pool in the wild, and if they are not conserved properly, the breeding programs can't be conducted properly. And second is the plant propagation. Last is the conservation of biodiversity. So why are we concerned about the conservation? Why do we want to waste our energy into conserving the biodiversity, or why we are wasting our time, energy into it? So it is said, and it is proven, that the ecosystem with more diversity is more stable. As I have told you in the first or second slide about the food chain, if there are more than one variety of the organisms as food, the ecosystem is more stable. And hence, if there is more diversity, the ecosystem will be more balanced and more stable. So in the end, I would just like to leave you with the thought that there is enough for everybody's need and not for anybody's greed, because you can be greedy to any extent. The resources will never be enough for you, but for your need, there are enough resources in the environment. And this quote was given by Mahatma Gandhi. So I hope you have understood all the topics and all the concepts that I have talked about in the video. You can directly subscribe to the channel by clicking here, and also you can share it with your friends. Comment some other importance of the wildlife if I have missed, and also you can like the video, hit the like button if you have liked the video. So thank you so much.